part 284C3K28, line 22f1fa19c3k28. Create massless spin-2 particle Higgs boson field Wow Seti. There's the alien radio signal. And Google massless spin-2 particle, quotes from Wiki. In particle physics, a massless particle is a particle whose invariant mass is 0. Currently, the only known massless particles are gauge bosons, the photon, carrier of electromagnetism, and the gluon, carrier of the strong force. However, gluons are never observed as free particles since they are confined with hadrons. Neutrinos were until recently thought to be either massless or have a small mass. Because neutrinos change flavor as they travel, at least two of them must have mass. Massless particles move in straight lines in space-time called geodisks, and gravitational lensing relies on space-time curvature. Gluon-gluon interaction is a little different. They exert forces on each other, but because the acceleration is parallel to the line connecting them, albeit not at simultaneous moments. The acceleration will be 0 unless the gluons move in a direction perpendicular to the line connecting them, so that velocity is perpendicular to acceleration. Massless particles simply change the direction of motion. The angle change in radians being GMRC2 with gravitational lensing, a result predicted by general relativity. So these ones go left and these ones go right. That was the design that I think we had. You see this design here? Gravitomagnetic field due to angular momentum. This was supposed to be the design for one of your Tevatron collider things. This is how you're supposed to do your collisions. This is the exact thing here I was looking for the other day. Ah, creates angular momentum. Interesting. I'm going to have to write this one down. Hold on a second. So line 22, I forget what, it was for the Higgs field I was working on, 3K28, and that's a Higgs field. Tevatron. My battery is running out. Figures. Okay, October 23rd, 2012, my thoughts. How to create a massless spin-2 particle. Based on the idea I got from looking at the diagram of the Gravitomagnetic field. Have the Higgs field rotating on both sides as it passes through the middle, like in this graph. You have two things spinning with the electron and muon on either side. J is the Joule and H is the Higgs field or mass boson. Notice the rotation direction is opposite. On the left it's clockwise, on the right it's counterclockwise, so you could create your two rings Tevatrons to move the high-speed plasma in the rings. Then it looks like you collide everything in the middle. With obsidian sphere mirrors reflecting back to back from one another, you send laser neutrino liquid argon gas beams back out towards one another, and your mixture of neutrino particles can pass through the middle portion of the two photon rings, combining with muons first as they pass through. Okay, so line 22f1fa19c3k28, this is part 2. I ran out of battery power, so I had to come back and do it again. So create massless spin-2 particle Higgs boson field Wow Seti. So I'm going to continue where I left off. First I did a little bit of the research, and this is, I'll go back to where I started. October 23rd, my thoughts. How to create a massless spin-2 particle. Based on the idea I got from looking at this diagram of the Gravitomagnetic field. See that? That's what we're looking at. Okay, have the Higgs field rotating on both sides as it passes through the middle, like in this graph. You have two things spinning with the electron and muon on either side. J is the Joule and H is the Higgs field, or mass boson. Notice the rotation direction is opposite. So you have one going counterclockwise and this one's going clockwise, okay? Okay, on the left is clockwise, on the right is counterclockwise, so you would create your two rings Tevatrons to move the high-speed plasma in the rings. Then it looks like you collide everything in the middle. With an obsidian sphere mirrors reflecting back to back from one another, you send laser neutrino liquid argon gas beams back out towards one another, and your mixture of neutrino particles can pass through the middle portion of the two photon rings, combining with muons first as they pass through. Muon at half spin, muon neutrino is half spin with 0 mass, creating a collision in the middle with then the pass through the E electrons, lepton with half spin, and BU electron neutrino half spin second. This can create a particle with spin 2, 1/2 times 4 equals 2. So use two W7X accelerators for your design. So these would be on either side. And then you have your plasma going up in the middle, and these two kind of combine together. So it's www.physics.ucla.edu. So this is the laser beam. SLAC National Accelerator Laboratory have transformed the ionic coherent light source. In a process called self-seeding, the diamond filters the laser beam to a single X-ray color, which is then amplified. ScienceSprings.wordpress.com. High luminosity LHC, HL-LHC.web.cern.ch. And here's a diagram of what you guys have been working on. And here's another diagram you've got of your thingy there. So maybe instead of going this way, go this way. And then combine all three parts together so they mesh together, okay? So then there's your drive beam, main beam, accelerator ring, collider ring. So you're showing you different rings there. In mine, the rings are combined together, they're not separate. Sketch of LEP3TLEP double ring. A first ring accelerates electrons and positrons up to upper. I'm looking at your stuff and finding out what it does. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So this is a wiki quote. Sketch of LEP3TLEP double ring. A first ring accelerates electrons and positrons up to operating energy of 45 to 120 or 180 GeV and injects them at a few minute interval into the low emittance collider ring, which includes high luminosity interaction points. A. Blondel, U. Geneva. About 40 motivated accelerator physicists from Switzerland, Japan, Russia, US, and the UK participated in this UCARD LEP3 Day, including Steve Myers, CERN Director of Accelerators and Technology, the Key trustee Yashiro Okada, and members of CMS and Atlas. A full report on the LEP3 Day is now available. So something to do with this LEP3 that you guys did that day, you need to combine it with this idea. So acceleratingnews.web.cern.ch, okay? So thank you for watching. I'll go on to the next video.